I didn't care more than words can say.
As a 20th century enthusiast, this music was a sip of liveliness. A snap of imagination into the century's evenings where men could be clad in silk robes, having brandy over breeze from an open window. But the film opens to the onset of tragedy. At the age of 19, I was introduced to something called Man of Reason. The many Andy Dufresnes in the world spend their lives devouring their curiosities in the company of their own minds, only interacting with the world as reason necessitates them. In the court scene where Andy responds to the lawyer, it is evident that he is daft in manipulations. He talks with a fool's integrity as if the conversation is happening within him, not outside.
Does that strike you as a fantastic coincidence, Mr. Dufresne, or is it just me?
Yes, it does.
He has no grasp of the persuasive rhetoric or the force of the lawyer, and rather, Andy reasons only with plain truth.
Since I am innocent of this crime, sir, I find it decidedly inconvenient that the gun was never found.
Again, men of reason. Their philosophy comes from integrating workings of nature without much grasp of the workings of the world. As philosophies and books recommend, they conduct themselves in the world with textbook integrity, especially in dealing with the truth. On his first day at Shawshank, he's inspecting the environment without reacting from the madness happening inside him. Men of reason do things from the perspective of what's the point and bring a lot of tolerance to their internal pain. He establishes an introduction with Red because Red is a man who can get things as against how I would, as a whim, or just to kill vacuum, or what worldly business is there to do anyway in a prison. He characteristically intervenes to provide financial consult to the jailer.
An accident. You don't push him off the roof. Because if you do trust her, there's no reason you can't keep that 35,000.
What did you say?
35,000.
35,000?
All of it.
All of it?
Every penny.
Which opens avenues to scale through the prison hierarchy. Maybe it was a deliberate search for his way out, or a chance at establishing that he is different and special. The important thing to note here is he does so by providing productive value, a piece of his mind, his life's work, as against climbing through social maneuvering. It's just interesting to watch clips of his mad persistence in sending letters to procure new books, then build a library, and then organize it with great taste and thoroughness. That act of doing something with a passionate resolve again and again and again till something cracks open. What a delight it is to have an opportunity to see how perseverance looks like and works. The scenes of shaping rocks induces a passionate desire to learn a practical skill, only for an opportunity to cultivate meticulousness in your personality. I also spent considerable amount of time going through the clips where he packs his final things with such formidable neatness and orderliness. Do you wonder if perfection is an indispensable function of keeping your long and hard-labored end result from falling apart, or is it for personal satisfaction, or a statement you make about your standards to the rest of the world? If you still wonder why this film did so exceptionally well, it is one great reference guide during depression. Is this film about hope? Not to me, at least not just about hope. Hope is the necessary illusion in the path to liberation. Illusion because if liberation doesn't come in this life, it at least comes through death. But hope does something far more essential. It fundamentally factors movement, forward movement toward life. On looking back, so much of useless suffering and agony that comes from leaving all that thrust and life's energy buried to your cot could be avoided. Only if we can move and do.
Open the door.
The summation of the film's message is not in the climax, but in this one scene.
Dufresne, open this door! Turn that off!
His earnestness to put a moment of life in his wretchedness that has no bounds. His love is his life. Even in a prison, he shaped matter to suit life through sheer will. Even in a prison, he built a library, provided financial consult. His hobbies, his books, his rocks, all a battle against the devil of idleness that could build a tool shop in his head had he gave in. He lived, he kept busy. The single most remedy against depression is to do something that engages your concentration.